Hello, hello. Welcome to Top Shelf Backpacking. Today, me and Dura are in Cottonwood Canyon, hiking up to the entrance. We wanted to park here a little more secure, and we are going to hike the Lost Corral Trail along the John Day River here in Oregon. I am doing my most ultralight trip yet. I've got just over 9 pounds total in my bag. So we're filming this on the old iPhone. So hopefully image quality is okay and isn't as bouncy as I fear it might be. So if you get motion sick, here's your trigger warning. We'll see you out there on trail. So let's talk a little bit about what I've got with me today. 9.2 pounds on my back. It includes water and everything. It does not include my phone. It sits in my pocket most of the day. It does include the trekking poles that are in my hands. Anything I'm wearing, which I've got my Foster Outdoors hat. I have my Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake sun hoodie. Got the 5-inch inseam Under Armour shorts, the copper calf sleeve. Oh, I want to say these are Ultra Gators and Ultra Temps, since I think it's mostly gravel most of this way. And Gingy socks, I think ex officio boxers if you care. Clothing wise in my bag, I've got some rain gear, pants and Frog Togs jacket, and then my Enlightened equipment puffy. I think the lows are in the high 50s. I don't need any of that, but we're going ultralight, not ultra unsafe. So we're about an hour in on trail. Been a nice mixture of gravel and some sand, a little bit of compact dirt. They probably bring vehicles in here like park ranger stuff, so wide enough for cars. So pretty nice and cruisy. Getting a little warm, but nothing too bad. The wind's keeping us cool enough. Not as much river access as I would have thought. So far not a big deal though, so we will keep on keeping on. So typically out on trail, I bring a Cottonwood water bag and a Sawyer squeeze filter, and I'll stop and filter water into 1 or 2 bottles that I brought. Since we're going ultralight this time, I'm rocking the through hiker technique. I tend to kind of chug water, it would seem. And although this has an okay flow rate, not the easiest thing to do. I also feel like it doesn't taste as good straight out of the filter, even though, I mean, I'm filtering into a bottle anyway. But, you know, saved like, I want to say a Cottonwood bag's like 3 or 4 ounces. So saving that weight, I may not be happy about that savings once I have to collect more water. This is still the little bottle that I started with, but so far so good. We're staying hydrated out here in the heat along the John Day River. Yeah, show me your stuff. Yeah. So we've made it to the corral at the Lost Corral. I think this kind of loops over toward the river. We need water access, obviously, and hopefully we can find a nice shady spot for camping, because it's a lot of exposed rock and such out here. But at least we know we are nearing the end. Some sore feet, and that gravel kind of kicks my feet in the butt. But yeah, been a beautiful day to be winter hiking along the John Day River. So we will see if we can find a spot to stop for camp, or at the very least some water access, so we can fill things up and cool down a little bit. So we just bushwhacked through the Esau Canyon Trail, trying to make our way toward the water. Turns out it's slippery down there. No real good spots to camp, but some good spots to spill. So we're gonna head back to the other side of all of this and see if we can find a good spot to pitch and still get to the water. Well, after a lot of bushwhacking, stuff like that, we finally found kind of okay water access. I didn't want to camp up here per se, it was windy, but it's like 2 o'clock, so time to put our feet in the water, relax, make a little lunch, and figure out where we want to camp. So yeah, we'll see you around in a little bit. All right, so we just spent, I don't know, hour and a half here along the river, enjoying some lunch. Kind of a crappy little shore, super rocky, but able enough to get our feet in the water. Kind of dropped off real quick there, otherwise I might have done a little swimming or something. But definitely a nice break to relax, pal. Good God, this is right in my face. This scared the crap out of me earlier, by the way. I thought somebody was coming at me. Shit my pants. Bag filled up. I've got my probably liter and change all filled up. We're gonna head back to the Corral area to probably make camp. I think there was kind of a water access down there, so hopefully we're not dry camping. I think we've got enough water to do that if we needed to. This is nice. I mean, the river's right there. It's just kind of a crappy, rocky shore to get down to it. So anyway, we're gonna do a little bushwhacking back through here to find the part of the loop trail we took. To head back to the Corral, where we will see if I can find a spot to camp. Ultralight site selection is done. Fucking come at me, you tough guy. So it's about 7 o'clock. Just filled up all our waters. Gonna head back, start up on dinner. The sun is still pretty high above that bluff there. Hoping it goes down enough around 8. Kind of pitch our tents, not have them turn into saunas. So far just been hanging out. Didn't bring any carts or anything. Probably should have talked her into bringing some, but I'm ultralight, you know, so you make sacrifices. Since our campsite is still sun blasted, we decided to come down here to the shade, down by where I got the water, and enjoy this nice view while we enjoy some dinner and a nice cigar riverside. Now that I'm all hot and sweaty from setting up camp, let me give you a tour of things. We have our kitchen table here with all the meal prep stuff. We'll probably find a nice spot to hang our stuff just so the critters don't get in. Over here you can see Dura setting up his tent. We have our nice sitting area where we've been spending most of the evening trying to hide from the sun. And I did bring a chair because he's ultra comfortable, not ultra light.
Goddamn right.
So, you may be wondering, why is there a tent and then a sleep setup? My thought is there is a slight chance of rain tonight, but these skies are so clear I want a cowboy camp. So, I pitched my Nowhere near it. Anyway, my Z-Packs Hexamid pocket tarp with doors. And I can basically move this whole setup over there rather quickly. If you watch the time lapse you saw, that thing took a while to set up. Pitched it inside out the first time. It's not how you do it. Knocked it over 3 or 4 times. That is the proper procedure. But let's cover what my sleep system is here. I have just a poly cryo sheet on the ground, and then my 1/8" closed cell foam pad on top of that. Then my Enlightened Equipment Revelation with its patch jobs. And then for a pillow, I have my Gossamer Gear Murmur with my extra clothes are in there. I do have a super small inflatable pillow, weighs like less than an ounce. That's in there. I'm a side sleeper, so I need the loft. This was more comfortable than I anticipated. But yeah, now that it's like 8:30, finally cooling down. We'll see how the night goes. I want to say the low is supposed to be like high 50s, so I might sleep on top of the quilt until the early morning. But if any precipitation is to come, the Z-Packs Hexamid pocket tarp with doors is ready. The rocks are there in case it does get windy tonight. I would hate to wake up and have this be gone because Dyneema is expensive. So, anywho, we're starting to wind down. Probably cool down, hydrate a little bit. Take some melatonin, maybe a little Advil PM for my sore feet. And I will probably check in with you again once I crawl into or onto bed. So it's about 9:30 at night. Mike is in his tent. I am laying down for the evening. Got the old CRKT minimalist in case of critters. Not for seeing anything. We haven't seen any tracks or anything out here, but you never know. No idea what the temp is. If I were to guess, probably still in the 60s. So I'm on top of everything right now, which is warm and comfortable, but I am sure here fairly quickly, especially with the sun setting, I will be crawling into this quilt. Hopefully sleeping well through the night on my 1/8" foam pad and my ultralight setup. Super nice hiking with all of that, but having some Crocs for being down in the river would have been great. Having some playing cards would have helped pass the time, but overall we're having a great time. So I will see you guys in the morning. Cheers.
Well, good morning. It's about 7 a.m. Slept surprisingly good. Woke up every few hours to toss and turn a little bit, but overall pretty happy with the sleep, especially in such a small, lightweight setup. So I'm going to go fire up the little alcohol stove, make some coffee, get my blueberries and granola going, and break down camp and head for the trail. So we'll see you here shortly.
So it's about 8 a.m. here in Cottonwood Canyon, just finishing up some coffee, had some good breakfast. Got things mostly cleaned up in camp here. So we are going to pack everything away and hit the trail. Thought I might show you guys a view of what we had to enjoy this morning. Thankfully this giant cliffside we're camped to has kept us shaded. It's supposed to be getting close to 90 this afternoon, but it should only take us 2 hours or so to hike back out of here. But let me flip this around and I'll show you what we've been looking at this morning. I do kind of wish I was awake enough to get some photos or video of the stars last night. And it's probably only a quarter full, so didn't see Milky Way or anything, but man, way more stars than I'm used to seeing at home in the Portland area. Well, we are all packed up. Completely empty food bag. Trash bag's full though. So probably close to 8 pounds on my pack, maybe even less than that. Got my small thing of water filled up. Should be enough to get us out to the trailhead. If not, we can always stop along the way and go down to the water, fill up my filter. Probably about 8:30. Sun is starting to come out. We've still been in the shade, but we're sunscreened up, ready to get blasted on the trek out. So we will see you guys out on trail. So we're now in view across the river of the Cottonwood Canyon State Park, which is where we're parked. So once we reach the trailhead, we still have like a half mile to go to get across the river and back down to the car. But it's been a pretty cruisy hike this morning. Definitely getting hot. Glad we got out early. Lots of sunscreen, probably still fairly burned. But yeah, been a nice cruisy little trail so far. Definitely made easier by having, you know, less than 10 pounds on your back. That definitely helps. Although after all that sun exposure and everything, I'm ready to get out of this sun hoodie and pants and everything. Thankfully, I've got some car clothes back in the truck, so we can kind of clean up a little bit before we get back. So anyway, I will see you at the trailhead, probably half a mile or so. Made it back to the trailhead. Still got half a mile or so to go to get back to the truck. But feeling pretty good so far. Feet aren't too bad. The ankle pain I had earlier is going away. So try and catch up with Corral here. And we will see you back at the truck. Well, I made it back to the truck. Throw the stuff in the bed. Gonna head over to the day area to clean up, use the bathroom and such. Overall, a pretty good hike. It was much more comfortable than I thought. A little boring there at camp when I have cars and other stuff to do. But overall, Cottonwood Canyon was pretty good to us. So anyway, I will sign off by saying, I hope the miles you hike are filled with wonder, and the glasses you raise are filled with whiskey. Cheers.